Hey family, you know your success is making people sick. It's literally making people ill. Your elevation is making people sick. Your success story is going to get on the nerves of a lot of people. It's going to agitate their spirit. You're going to cause people, family, to scratch their head. You are, because people were too confident. You know, it's one thing to be confident in life, but never be overly confident, especially when you look down on another person. When you see the impossibility in a person, don't look down on that person, because what you see, they see something else. It's just like a beautiful white, clear, sheer piece of paper. But somebody sees a Picasso on that. Somebody sees a Mona Lisa on that. When people saw your life and it looked like you were never going to come out of the cesspool of life, when it looked impossible to you. See, this is another reason why people feel comfortable leaving your life. Some people feel real confident in leaving your life. They feel like they did the right thing because it looked like you were just a dreamer. So many people are going to be sick. I mean, literally sick. Emotionally, they're going to be sick spiritually because their pride got in the way. Their pride got in the way of making a decision that they're going to regret making. See, when people saw the impossibility, when people saw your life and it looked like it wasn't moving, when your life looked like a train wreck to people, when your life looked like a cesspool, you were just sinking, and every time you turned around, you had another problem, and you had another problem. And when it looked like you were ahead again, you got knocked back again, and people left you. They left your life because they said it didn't take all that. If this person really wanted to get their life together, they wouldn't be going through all this. But listen, God allowed you to go through this, family, so the real people can come and the wrong people can get away from you. The wrong people had to get away from your family so that God can prove to your enemies who you are, what you were the whole time, and the treasure that He put on the inside of you. People are going to be sick to their stomach because of the success that God is getting ready to allow you to walk into. I mean, you're going to have a big success. You're going to have great success in your life. And a lot of people are not going to like it. They were confident. People were confident that you wouldn't make it. You know, sometimes, unfortunately, family, in life, you have those caliber of people where they're just confident, where they believe what they say. They believe that you weren't going to come out of that place. The true people that God give you will believe all the way to the end. When you up, when you down, when you're in a tight spot, and I don't care how many tight spots you get in. When God give you kingdom-minded people in true partnership with kingdom people, they're going to believe in you until the end, and they're going to pray you through. They are. People didn't pray you through that left your life, family, because it looked like it was just impossible for you to get out of that situation. That's because their motives were not in the right place where you are concerned. This is how you can discern the motives in people. Because every time you get in a hard place in life, they find a reason to leave your life, don't they? They become indifferent. But as long as your life is on green, as long as your life is doing good, as long as you're doing well and you're able to help, you're able to bless, you're able to give, it seems like they'll do everything in the world for you, doesn't it? But that wasn't real. That's why God allowed you to hit tough spots in your life so you can really know who you have walking with you. Because sometimes you think you got a real person walking with you. God said, let me shake this up. Let me shake this foundation up. Let me show you you don't have nothing. Let me show you. Let me give you some confirmation on what you already know. God said, let me seal the deal. The enemy sealed their fate when they left you. God didn't want them to see your success. God refused to let certain people see your success because God knew, family. He just knew that they would stick around a little bit longer and drain you from everything that you had. Some people are just spiritual leeches, family. And they knew you were a good-hearted person. They knew you had good intentions. They knew you wanted to do the right thing, and they played on your emotions. They played on you until God let you hit this last pit. And when you hit that last pit, the person that was connected to you, they made a decision to leave. I can do better than this. God said, no, you can't, but go ahead. You can't do better because this is my best that I've given you. And it didn't look like you were the best because God wanted people to remember you when. So when he elevates you above all of this stuff, they will regret not doing the right thing. People are going to wish they had saw the goodness in you. They're going to wish they saw the greatness in you from the beginning. They're going to be sick to their stomach. The elevation, the places in your life that God is going to empower you to touch and to prosper, people are going to look back over their life, family, with you. And they're going to want to be there so bad with you, but they're not going to be able to be there because they forfeited the right to be a part of your life. You know, people will self-sabotage the right to be in your life. And it's all a part of God's plan because God knows something you don't know. He knows the heart of man. The Bible said the heart of man is evil and it's wicked. Who can know it? Only God knows the true heart of people. People are going to be sick. They're going to be sick when they look up and see how far you've come. When people start looking at how you living out what you've always said you would live and the things you're going to do, people are going to be sick. They're going to be livid. They're going to be angry. They're going to be emotionally unbalanced. They're going to be in their feelings. They are, because they were overly confident. It's one thing to be confident, but don't be overly confident. Never look at another person in a bad place and think they'll stay there. As long as blood is running warm in a person's vein, there's an opportunity for that person to get out of that place. And when people saw you, I mean, you were constantly digging, trying to get out of that place because certain people don't bring you prosperity. Certain people bring you debt. Certain people bring you problems. There's a lot of people that are problematic in your life, and you got to learn that in life. You got to learn when to drop the weight. You got to learn not to carry the weight. You got to learn how to release that burden. If you're heavy laden in your spirit, go to the Lord. He's going to give you rest. People are going to be sick. I mean, they literally going to be sick, family, because you're succeeding. You are reaching a level of success that people thought you would never reach. Just think about that. They never thought you would reach it. And they felt good about walking away from you. Because to them, they were walking away from nothing. And when they looked at you as nothing, they said to themselves, I should have stayed there. I can do better than this. God said, no, you can't, but go ahead. And they ran right into a person that's worse than them. See, you reap what you sow. Those of you who are in a tight place, I pray that this video find you encouraged. And I want you to understand that the true people that God give you, they're going to be with you from beginning, in the middle, all the way to the end. They're going to be there with you, family of God. They're going to want you to succeed. They don't want anything from you but just genuine love and a genuine relationship. The people who didn't want that genuine love and that genuine relationship, they didn't want to give it to you because they didn't think you were worthy. See, that was the ego. Some people were living out of their pride and out of their ego. And I bet you, family, a lot of people wish they hadn't listened to some people in their circle, you know, like their family and their friends, the narcissistic people. Now you're going to be elevated and they're going to be looking at you from a distance. They're going to be looking at you from afar, thinking how much life would be better if they had placed you in it. They're looking at where they are now and the choice they've made, and they regret the choice they've made. And some of the justice that God is going to give you, that person is going to have to stay in that stuff that they made, that choice they made. Sometimes God will let you stay stuck in something. That'll be the judgment of the Lord. And it's up to God how to give judgment, when to give judgment. We don't need to worry about that. You just got to worry about where you're going. Be concerned about what you're getting ready to walk into. You're getting ready to walk into a generational level of success. You're going to be such a blessing to the kingdom of God, to those who are walking in darkness. You're going to be such a blessing to these people. People are going to be sick. They're going to hate to hear your name. They're going to hate to hear your name. People are going to hate to see you because you are that constant reminder that they failed. You're going to be a constant reminder to people that they got it wrong. You are. They wish they had a little bit more patience with you. If people can go back to the last conversation they had with you, I guarantee you, family, they'll do things different. See, but that's one thing about God. He doesn't let us know. So remember this the next time the enemy tempts you or tries to tempt you to look down on a person because they're in a lower place. Don't mean they're going to stay there. It's just a test for all of us, for you, me, all of us. God wants to see how we're going to respond to people who are struggling. When you're in a relationship, when you're in a marriage with a person, the marriage is built through tough times and hardships. Not saying disrespect and dishonor. We're talking about challenges and trials. That's what build the marriage. Not a ring, not a vacation, not a ceremony, not a vacation. None of that builds a marriage. None of it. Not a reception, not a cake. None of those things builds a marriage. God is the foundation. He'll teach us how to build it. But when you go through the hardest of times, that builds and strengthens any relationship. It doesn't have to be marital. It has to be any relationship. People are going to be sick. I'm telling you, gotta go, family. People are going to be sick to their stomach when they look up and see you blessed. When they look up and see you living good, riding good, talking good. When they see you living out your business, the business that you say you was going to build the things you say you were going to do, they're going to wish they were part of it. But some people are going to have so much pride, they're not going to come to you. They're just going to hunt you. They're going to stalk you from afar. People literally are going to stalk you from afar because that pride done set in and they don't have the courage. They don't have the gall to come and speak to you. So they're going to look at your life from a distance, from afar, and regret that somebody else is in their place. They forfeited the right because they looked at you as a person that don't want anything out of life because you were struggling, because you was in a hard place, but you were fighting yourself up out of that hole, but they didn't love you enough. When you really love people, you're patient. You can tell when people don't genuinely have love for you because they're so impatient with you. The least thing gets on their nerves with you, right? That's your answer. I love all of you. Share this message with somebody. Thank y'all so much for what you do daily on our channel. Like the videos for me. If you believe by faith, like them and go back and revisit those pre-recorded lives and videos. Get your copy of the book, Becoming a Master of Divine Consciousness, in ebook and paperback format on any online platform. Go to the back of the YouTube page, click my Amazon store, and sow back in the ministry that way. Those of you who are giving PayPal, Cash Apps, when the Lord leads, you can name your seed, whatever, but add a gift or donation. We're hating to return your offerings and your gifts, but you're going to have to add that. It's in the description box of the video, so I know everybody is reading it, not sure why you're disregarding it. So if your gift is returned, if your seed is returned because you refuse to add gift or donation to you, that's going to be on you because we appreciate all of your acts of kindness, but we're asking you to do something as you sow your seed. I love all of you so very much. Things are going to get better for you. They are. Look up. Don't look down. You have nothing to look down for. You have nothing to hold your head down for. Absolutely nothing. Things are coming together. They just had to fall away and they had to fall apart. Yeah, family, you were always the one. You knew it. And you were trying to convince people to hang in there with you. You were trying to help people believe in you like you believed in you. They just weren't the right people for you, family of God. God is now going to send you the people that you've always imagined. Even if you don't get it through the people that you wanted it, you're not going to go without it. The love you didn't get through somebody, God said, I'm still going to let you experience true love through the right person. God's going to send you people to love you God is going to love you through somebody. Pray for your enemies. That's what we're called to do, because they know not what they do. If people had known who you really were, family, they would not have left you for dead. They wouldn't have walked away and ghosted you. They wouldn't. They would have saw you as God sees you. It's a lesson to learn from for us, and it's a lesson to learn for people who use and manipulate and deceive. We all have to learn the lesson. The one who is receiving the deception and the one who's giving the deception and manipulation. We both have to learn the lessons. You learn your lesson. God bless you. Talk later.